Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 8th. We're just going to jump right in here, Pisces, and see what is going on for you. You have this partnership card. It says you're manifesting a strong and successful partnership. Consider having a partner who can bring the experience you lack. It also says, you also have this beauty card. It says, somehow your looks will boost your earning power. It also says your inner world must match your outer world for things to change, which, again, I definitely feel that 2024 is a year where our inner world needs to match so that we can have what we want in our outer world. And you literally start with the strength card. The strength card, her inner world matches her outer world, literally. She is taming this lion here, and I always say that this lion has its tail between its legs, and it basically represents the lion itself represents her inner beast, her inner critic, her inner voice, whatever you want to call it. But she is taming her inner voice. So for a lot of you, it looks to me, Pisces, like you have done a lot of work on yourself. And this inner work could be causing change, obviously. And, we're talking about a change for the better. This looks amazing so far. So, with whatever this inner work is. I also feel that, if you're doing more inner work, then I think that is always a good idea as well. So, just because you've done it, like, I don't think this is saying, like, stop, right? So I would keep it going. This is almost giving me the vibes of, Can you keep a New Year's resolution going, for the entire year, right? And, that's what I would challenge you to do. And even just one, like last year, by the way, like I quit drinking last year before the New Year, but I said that, I did it in December of last year, right? And I was never a big drinker anyway, but, just wanted to quit. And so I didn't drink all year. Haven't drank since. I'm probably not going to, but that's not the point. The point is that I just picked like one thing and I actually stuck with it all year, right? And I also had 0 cheat days last year as well. So, and let me tell you something. Today it is the 1st, and I'm about to go have the mother of all cheat days. So that I'm totally breaking that rule, right? But, and I'm probably going to regret it, but anyway, rant over, Pisces. Can you pick one thing that you kind of like stick to all year? And it could just be like one little tiny little thing. And then next year, can you add like a second one? I think people put too much pressure on themselves, and that's why people, people say that they don't stick to their New Year's resolutions. But it's like, can you just pick one tiny little thing, right? And then make it 2 the year after, and then make it 3, right? I think that's a better way to do it. Once you prove it to yourself once, then doing another one is a lot easier. So that's what I'll say there. But I also feel that, your inner world is matching your outer world here with the Strength card. You have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups really wants us to follow our heart and our intuition as well. I believe we're in a heart-based time, as I always say. So, anything you can do to listen to your inner voice or your heart, like if your heart is saying, hey, go write that children's book or go write that novel or, start that website or do that thing that you want to do, whatever it is, then I feel here, look, this literally says, you need to follow some sort of dream or you need to move in a new direction. I also feel, obviously, this is a really good reading for love. You have this partnership card, this great big love card, the 4 of Wands. You have the Ace of Wands. You also have the sexuality card here, which I'll read it in just a minute. But, it looks to me like there could be a divine connection coming in here or like a very strong connection. You have the Page of Cups as well, which is like a secret admirer. So there definitely could be love if you desire it. I also feel that without even clarifying, going this direction here, there's something that you desire to do, which comes up in a lot of your readings, Pisces. There's like an experience or, something that you desire to experience. And I feel this is saying, well, you can go experience it. Like whether it's building a business or maybe you've always wanted to, go to Hawaii or something like that. It could be anything. And I feel this is saying you can do it right here. And I also feel the 6 of Cups, I look at the 6 of Cups sometimes as a gift from the universe. And it's very simple. Sometimes I feel the 6 of Cups is removing obstacles to whatever it is that we wanted to do. So, again, it's like now is the time to do something you wanted to do. Yeah, with the Strength card, you have the 6 of Swords. I do see you leaving a lot of things in the past. It doesn't surprise me that you're doing a lot of deep work. Saturn and Pisces, right? Saturn and Pisces for another 2 years now. For the next 2 years, I should say, this year, next year. And, so you could be doing a lot of deep work. You could be doing a lot of internal work and improving yourself and whatever that means for you. You could be improving your health. You could be improving the way that you talk to people. You could be improving anything. It doesn't matter. But the 6 of Swords says that you are moving forward. You're moving on to calmer shores. I also see you leaving a lot of things in the past with the 6 of Swords. The woman and the child in this boat, They have nothing on them except for the clothing on their back. They're not bringing anything from the past forward, except for also, those swords in the front of the boat represent their wisdom, their knowledge, their experiences. So they're bringing what they have learned forward, but they're leaving everything else in the past. And I really feel that for you big time. With the, and the other thing I'm getting here, Pisces, is that, I'm shooting this on the first, Happy New Year. But I really feel that this second week is going to feel more like a new year. It's like I feel like you're feeling it more the second week. I hope that makes sense. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel this is more you deciding to live a life with no limits, Ten of Pentacles, leaving a legacy, but I just feel that Pisces, I almost have that thirst for adventure where there's a lot of things that you want to accomplish and there are a lot of things in the world that you want to see. And I'm not saying that you're going to absolutely be able to see all of them, but I feel like you're moving more towards the mindset of, I'm at least going to try. I'm at least going to try to do things with no limits. I'm at least going to try to, go have the experiences I desire. And with the Ace of Wands, you have 3 cards here for some reason. You have the Ace of Wands again, so definitely a passionate new beginning. You have the Seven of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. I feel that that certain things in your life have to change, and I feel like the High Priestess is just you showing up in a strong position. It's like you understand the direction that you're moving in. Even in your next row for the unexpected, you have a Merry Motive card and this Great Big Love card. Literally, I think this is the answer to the next 20 years right here. I think that we all need to move towards joy, happiness, love, things that make us feel those feelings, and move towards our heart. And yes, this absolutely could be love. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But, I feel for a lot of you, this is saying you need to move towards things that make you feel love, whatever that means to you, happiness, joy, all those feelings. And, that's having a merry motive, having something that, inspires you and that you want to work towards. And the problem is, I always say this, Neptune and Pisces, right? With Neptune and Pisces and Saturn and Pisces, you might have a desire to, go save the pandas or whatever, but maybe you have no money, right? It's like, that's Neptune and Pisces and Saturn and Pisces. You want to do something, there might be a little bit of a restriction to doing it, but how can you do it anyway is the question. And people always say well, it's not possible if you don't have the money. I'm like, well, actually it is possible. It's like you could start a YouTube channel talking about your passion about pandas. You could write a book about it. You could, there are things you can do. So what is the thing that you can do that will get you closer to this? I think what's unexpected here is how quickly you will able to be, how quickly you'll be able to move towards your heart if you just get started. And that's what this is basically saying. I also feel there could be love coming in for you here. You have the Four of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of marriage. This to me looks like you. I'll just show you here. This right here is a person who really wants to work on a team. Three of Pentacles to me always reminds me of two people who are working towards the same thing. These 3 people here are building those 3 pentacles, but I really feel you could be meeting a person where it's like you're on the same page. You're going in the same direction here. I also feel, by the way, I'm hearing that if you've been hoping to commit to something I just had these words popping into my head here, Pisces, that you're saying, I don't know what to do, or it's like you're asking the universe what to do. If that is you, that might only be for some of you, but if you have been saying to the universe, I don't know what direction to move my life in, I don't know what to get started on or whatever, if you're saying that, I feel the universe is about to give you the inspiration of one thing to work towards. This could be a goal, wish, dream, a star, your North Star, something to work towards. You have the Knight of Wands here. I kind of feel this is saying more adventuring. I feel like you need to go on adventures because I think we're in a time where we need to give ourselves options, but the only way we can give ourselves options is if we go exploring, if we go looking for options, or if we improve our skills as well. That's another great way. When you improve your skills, you immediately make yourself more valuable. That opens the world up to you. So I feel this Knight of Wands, for whatever reason, is saying to me, to you, that you need to increase your options through, again, skills or whatever the case may be. I would also I would be careful if you dealt with an inconsistent person here. There could be a person with regrets, Pisces, but, I don't know. I feel like this is an in and out person. Could have been a fire sign. Could be any sign. Take it how it resonates. But, I feel like saying the word groupies, It's I feel like this person has a lot of groupies. They have a lot of people that they talk to. I think that, I kind of get the vibe here that you could have been dealing with a past person where it's they have a bunch of people that are just lusting after them, but but it never goes beyond that point. And I feel like this person is just like a game player. So, it strikes me as a person who's going to be very lonely. So I would be careful of this person. They could be coming back for your Piscean, nurturing and caring and all that other stuff. But it's like, I feel like this is the type of person where it's like they get bored and then they start talking to like all their groupies, right? So I would be careful of that. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says, when you know that you deserve something, and when you know that something is for you, that's when you'll be successful. So, this whole entire reading really is talking about beliefs and how deeply you believe something. Again, that card says your inner world must match your outer world for things to change. So, I really believe it would be an amazing time not to act as if, but to be, to be the thing that you want to be. With the Four of Wands, yes, I feel like you're definitely attracting a very much kind of like a relationship where it's like you have the same ideas, you have the same things that you want to accomplish in life, you are working in the same direction. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, card of kind of stability, and so I feel for a lot of you that you could be creating a lot of financial stability. At the same time, I feel like you need to leave comfort zones here, Pisces. Knight of Wands, Four of Pentacles would be like, you have the lust for adventure, but you could be staying home. So again, I would be going on adventures. You don't even have to leave the house. You could just be learning new things, and that will move things forward. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Justice card here. I feel like you're creating more balance in your life just in general, but I also feel that you are smarter about where you're putting your energy with the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect. So it says that you could be being smarter about like who and what you give your time to. And I think that's a great idea with this reading, by the way. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this card that says, despite the frustration, you're on your way to making all your dreams come true. This is what I was feeling over here somewhere, where I was getting like, what do I do? It's almost like you're asking the universe what to do. You're almost like saying to the universe, I don't know what my next step should be. Could you please help me out here? So I feel like you are making your dreams come true. Yeah, this card says, don't take action when there's a feeling of resistance. So, yeah, I really feel it is a time where you need to follow your inspirations. We're always going to have to do things, that we don't necessarily want to do, right? Like, I'm a big fan of, like, Esther Hicks, for example, right? But, at the same time, it's like, sometimes, like, some of the stuff she says, it's like, yeah, but sometimes you have to do certain things. Sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do and all that other stuff. And I'm sure she would say, she would twist it and say something like, oh, well, you have to make it something that you would want to do even if you don't want to do it or something. But it's like, that's too much for my brain, right? And like my ADD brain can't even keep up with that. So, it's like, I get it. It's like sometimes, I don't care what the law of attraction says. Sometimes we have to do things that we don't want to do. But, at the same time, I feel this is saying, let inspiration be your guide right now, because it's leading you towards something really good. You have the Six of Cups here. I do feel like there could be a childlike connection coming in for you, especially with that Page of Cups. But it's like childlike in a good way. It could be a Leo. You keep getting Leo in your readings, and take it how it resonates. It could be like, maybe it's a person who has like a Venus in Leo or Jupiter in Leo or something like that. They could be any other sign, right? But Leo is definitely jumping out to me. I know for like the past 2 weeks, Leo has been coming up for you. It could be any sign, like I said, but maybe, I think this person probably has Leo somewhere. And, again, I think that it's like starts out really playful in a good way, not like playful as in they're playing games or something. I feel like you both will find out. It's almost like this is something that you'll be discovering with this person, that you both have similar ideas of what you want your future to look like. Not the same. Again, I wouldn't want to date me. So, it's like I would never want to be with a person where it's like you're exactly the same, right? But I do feel like you have similar ideas about the direction you want to move in your life, or, what you want to create, or, what projects you want to work on, or maybe you both have like a similar dream. Maybe you both want to like move to the mountains and raise goats or something like that. I don't know. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. And I feel like you have like similar ideas, and that's kind of what I'm getting here. You have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success, so I do feel like there's some sort of quick success coming in for you, but it hasn't been quick. I feel like it's taken years and years and years. Going this way right here, this tells me that you've been practicing for something, or you've been working towards something for a very long time. So, I feel like there's a success that you deserve that's coming in. With these, and this could also be communication as well. With the Six of Cups, I would be careful of a past person. Nine of Swords, it's like Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. It is repeating the same mistake over and over and over again. So, I would be careful of repeating a mistake with a person. This is having a nightmare, waking up and being stuck in a nightmare. I'm telling you right now, it popped into my head with that Knight of Wands. That this person, it's like they get bored and they just go back to one of their groupies, So again, and take it how it resonates. If you know that your person was loyal and you broke up, and then totally different story, right? But if you know that this person had groupies or whatever, I would definitely be careful, because Nine of Swords is never-ending nightmare. So I would be careful of that. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Six of Pentacles. Much more worth it. This, not worth it. This, worth it right here. Six of Pentacles is like equal give and take, and equally giving to a situation. The other thing I'm getting here is like a past person breadcrumbed you. It's like, I feel like they always dangled the carrot, it's like they always, they kind of like did just enough to keep you interested, but it never went beyond that. So I would be very careful if you have a person like that. I feel like they will never change. And so, there you go. It's like, it's very, very hard for people to change, right? With the Eight of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a victory. And so I feel like there could be a big victory. This could be someone coming in trying to tell you the truth. And so there could be some sort of truth coming out here. But I feel like you already know the truth here, Pisces, about this person. So it's like, do you really want to hear it? I feel like you need to focus on new communication here, a new person, someone who didn't like just play with your heart for years and years, right? So I would be careful of that. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the sexuality card. No matter what shows up here, it's going to be good no matter what. It says, existing relationship could find a new passion and or heightened sexual attraction. For marriage, a good family life. And we were talking about this, how this person has similar goals. This right here is like a novel on this card. And it says, a good family life or strong, but if single, beware of temptation that could lead you to trouble. So be careful of this past person. A child will also bring great joy. This card says sunshine. The sun is shining on you. Career and business growth. Fabulous communication in relationships. Literally shows up here in the reading. So I feel like a new person wants to communicate with you with this Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords, Page of Cups, and a past person. But you could just be glowing right now, Pisces, looking good, obviously. And that could have a lot of people who are, desiring you. But, again, like I said, I would be careful of a past person. I also feel like there could be a new person coming in here. And it could be any sign. Again, Leo definitely stands out to me, but it could just be a person who has Leo on their chart, and it could be any sign. I also feel if you don't want love, again, and even if you do, right, I would, that second row is your most important row here. I would be moving towards something that you're passionate about, or kind of creating a passion in your life, whatever that means for you. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands about taking the lead. I really feel also that you need to leave comfort zones right now. Again, you have that Knight of Wands with that Four of Pentacles, but right next to it, you have the Six of Pentacles with the Three of Pentacles. It's almost like the universe is saying, like, it's your time this year to exceed your own expectations, which I've been saying to you anyway. And so, I would do whatever you can to exceed your own expectations this year, because I feel like you will be happy that you did. And you'll also be growing here with the Two of Wands, taking the lead. You have the Five of Cups, but this is showing up in the good stuff. And so the Five of Cups in the area of the good stuff would say that you've turned around, you've seen these two cups, you've been grateful for what you have, and then you have this bridge and this castle over here. So I always say you don't just get the two cups, you get the bridge and the castle as well with the Five of Cups. And so I feel for a lot of you that you're getting some like reward for letting go of something or releasing something. Let's see. With the Five of Cups, you have the Hangman here. The Hangman is about seeing things from a new perspective, which is kind of like a solution to the Five of Cups. If he were to turn around, which would be a new perspective, he would see those two cups. So, it's almost like you've learned lessons from something, and now you're kind of like moving forward. With the Two of Wands, you have the Tower and the Chariot. Yes, this is... again, this is showing up in the good stuff. It's going to be good no matter what. Tower would say that you were maybe ignoring reality in the past. Now you see reality. Chariot says you're setting yourself apart. It is time for you, Pisces, to set yourself apart. I would if I were Pisces, and I am, I would be doing whatever I could to not be like anyone else, right? That is literally your goal. That should be like your goal this year, is to do things completely differently. If everybody's going one direction, it's like, how can you move in the other direction? That will not only make you stand out, but it will have you discovering things that will lead to like big victories. We see a lot of victory cards here. So, definitely victories to be had. With the Page of Cups, you have the Knight of Swords. You're running away from this person. So I do feel like if the person does try to come back, you're like moving in new directions, or you're completely running away from it here and moving towards something much better. So that's the good news here. You have this cobweb card. It says protected from negative forces beyond your control. Yes, you are protected. So again, it's weird that like a lot of these decks have cards that basically say this, and it's interesting to me that a lot of people have had these cards. So like I've been saying, like there's gonna be a lot of craziness in the world. It's not worth worrying about it. But it is worth building something more positive and kind of like spreading the love, so to speak. So I would do that. You have this lily card. It says spiritual love on it. Definitely a very spiritual connection if you are looking for love here. So love it. You have this success card. There is a lot of success for you. It is a good year for you, Pisces. I'm telling you right now. So, but it's not going to be a good year if you do the same things. Nine of Swords, right? It's going to be a bad year if you don't change anything, if you like stay the same. I'm not saying you have to change, but it's like, can you change your environment? Can you change the things that you work on? Can you improve upon what you're doing or what you're working on and all that other stuff? So there you go. You have the Sun card. It says happiness and well-being. Yeah, I would definitely protect your happiness as well, but a lot of happiness here. You also have this ink pot. It says problems to be resolved. I think the one thing that is going to get in the way of Pisces this year is tiny little things. It's like you work towards something, an obstacle pops up and you get super disappointed and you don't keep going. So I feel that you need to push past those tiny little disappointments, those things where it's like you think that maybe you start a business and you're like, oh, I'm going to make $1 million overnight, but really maybe you only make like 100,000. It's like, can that be good enough, right? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't dream big, because I tell people all the time, do not settle. If you want $1 million, then you need to work your ass off to get it. And you will if you do that. But, I feel like this is saying, don't allow that to disappoint me. Say, well, that's amazing. I only need to do this 10 more times, right? And, I feel like you need to make sure you're not letting like the tiny little things get in the way. But other than that, really good. Love it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.